working with like karmic friends. Now these could be your karmic friends, their karmic friends. Take it as it resonates.
How y'all doing?
This couple, well, this couple could be working with a dad sister, okay? But yeah, your spiritual team is bringing in this victory for you. No matter what they want to do, 21-21 on the clock, y'all. No matter what it is that they want to do, your spiritual team is most definitely bringing in this victory for you.
So, how is everybody doing? This is Goddess Taya, 4444. I welcome back everyone, and I welcome newcomers. If you haven't signed up, if you haven't joined the community, you are welcome to join the community. Just click the share button below, and you're here, okay? So, I don't do personal readings. I don't accept donations. Anything that I get from God. Okay? I know God works through humans and all, but anything I get from Him, anything that I get from God. God helps me.
To me,
okay.
show country, if you will, they typically see these kinds of systems later on in the year as you get deeper into the summer months with the warmer
my
air.
readings are timeless. My readings are timeless.
If you want to think of this in some other context, it's almost like you're just turning on a water faucet.
Yeah.
Notice how quickly the rain is coming down, how quickly the water comes out of the faucet, and
we're gonna go ahead
we're gonna
go ahead on and get into the reading, okay? Let's see what the line has to say to my collective. Okay, what kind of message? What is the most important message that my collective needs to hear?
Splash in Eco Car Wash has a great deal to keep it looking clean. Try our wash books. Buy 3 washes, get 2 free. Keep your car protected while saving big at Splash In.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America.
All
We're
right.
committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered
Okay,
MSRP
what?
on our best-selling
Okay, well.
so you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
Okay, let's see. This is going to have more than one energy in here, okay? Everyone?
Do it all with Steel battery.
Let me see. Let me get this together, y'all. Put the puzzle pieces together. I hope everyone had sweet dreams last night.
I can comfortably say that the current climate is enough
I didn't dream, or I just don't remember. But yeah, yeah, I did.
You can try it for free.
Oh.
Visit RelaxiumSleep.com or call 800-459-8749. RelaxiumSleep.com or call 800-459-8749.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'm feeling with this, okay, I have court, surprise visit, getting nervous.
What did I miss? A Vox Nation game show. Streaming now. Only on Vox Nation.
This is a new beginning.
Where common sense,
Ignoring the signs,
where American values unite us and don't
and out in the cold.
This is the time to come together.
For you,
For me,
for all America.
Someone in my collective You all are in court. You and your karmic is in court. And you collective, you are bringing in a surprise visitor. Somebody gonna pay a surprise visit. Karmic has been ignoring the signs. They're supposed to be out in the cold.
Extremely dangerous storms.
Yep.
Now 3 confirmed reports of death.
So evidently, this is going to help you win your case.
Reported on across the Dakotas and into Minnesota. We'll be breaking down these impacts. And for the northern tier.
Okay, you got proof on physical abuse.
We even have more storms expected for the northern plains, upper Midwest, and even into New England. Damaging wind and hail are the primary threats, although we could get an isolated tornado.
They may have put your life in danger. You got proof on all of this. Or with the physical abuse, your life was in danger.
Record-breaking heat stretching from the plains to the east, Des Moines, Philly, and everywhere in between. Going to be probably turning up the AC to max. Live from here in New York, you're watching Weather Fan Weekend. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thanks for joining us.
This karmic is going to be out in the cold.
Not Studio W, actually. We are in Studio A. I've been saying that all day. I didn't even think about it.
No, Studio A, Studio W. Either way, we're with you on a Saturday morning. I'm Zach Green here with Haley Meyer. And boy, have we been active, unfortunately destructive, and unfortunately fatal through the overnight hours. There was some real devastation going along with North Dakota. Straight line wind was being reported through the entirety of the state. There was this pocket of tornadic activity that will likely bring us into EF2 or EF3 category. We have to, of course, defer to the National Weather Service on some of the surveying report. Just really intense storms.
Yeah, we were watching exclusive storm tracker Brandon Kopic, and he has a live feed that will stream to you on YouTube if you want to check out some of his stuff as well. And he was showing you firsthand the damage as he arrived to some of these communities, and homes completely just torn apart. So I would not be surprised if we had an EF3 out of this damage.
Somebody's going to jail.
This is from some other folks who live
Could
in the area.
be a Pisces.
Out of Spiritwood, North Dakota, and unfortunately, as we had mentioned, 3 people confirmed dead near Enderlin after
telling you the
hit
truth.
by a very strong tornado last night.
I'm so collective.
The report was coming out of the Cass County Sheriff's Office, and so they also are confirming extensive damage.
You suffered some physical abuse, and somebody got proof
it is possible
of
that
it.
it could, especially as daylight illuminates the mass destruction that came out of that derecho event last night.
There's a surprise visitor. You have a surprise visit. You have a surprise person that's going to have proof.
Numbers tick up. Now we are over about 24,000 customers in the southeastern side of North Dakota. They aren't the only ones, though, by the way. This was such a wide-ranging event that went technically from eastern Montana right through North and South Dakota, all the way over into Minnesota, maybe even as far-reaching as the UP and Michigan.
And it's going to make that
from early this morning. So
that surprise visitor is going to have the Pisces nervous. Or maybe you could be the Pisces. Switch it around if you need to. Use your own intuition with my card.
These are states that obviously have not ever dealt with hurricanes, but a Category 3 hurricane is 111 miles per hour. So this would even range on the top end of a Cat 2. That's the devastation that we are currently dealing with. So there is the map, and each one of those individual dots can come along with a hail report, with a wind damage report. The red ones are obviously the most profound. Those are the tornadoes that did pop up. Wind gusts over 90 miles per hour in multiple locations, just all seemingly surrounded.
Okay, what else do I need to know about this Pisces?
Middle of this Boeing effect as it
and this physical abuse.
Unfortunately, in a relatively slow fashion, this was coming in
from my collective
in these areas as it was approaching I-29 through the overnight hours. That was the other unfortunate part. Was this was a nocturnal event. Nothing materialized until we went to about 6 or 7 p.m. So we were looking at sunset and thereafter. We're talking folks turning off their phones, heading to bed, not being fully alert or prepared for these types of situations. It's almost like a false hope through the course of the day, as everything is so calm leading up to the point that we head into nighttime. So where do we go from here on out? The northern tier is still within the stretch, but
Okay,
now
when I'm
just
filling with
to the
this
east. So
right
Lee,
here,
Michigan, right over
there
into
was
western New York. You guys
some
have
sort
highlighted
of
level 2
spell
on the
work
5 threat.
done.
When we start to zoom in on some of the UP, this is where the really intense lightning strikes are still being held. We were dealing with hundreds of them, 400 of them just on this map alone. Initially, there were some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. There
They
is
tell me
one
about
right
the
now,
spell work.
right outside of Mackinac City. This has hail sizes about 1.5 inches. And
What
wind
I'm
speeds at 60
feeling
miles per hour.
here
If there
is
any
the
less
spices did some
to go along
spell
the
work
75
and
corridor,
it didn't
and
work.
they're not really looking at the considerable tag. We initially had some tags, which is noting that the severe weather consideration is just elevated. These are not included in that. So general thunderstorm warnings, yes, the impacts are still there with the lightning strikes and the heavy rainfall.
The
rates and
spell
potential
work
wind speeds
didn't
could be
work.
topping 60 plus miles per hour. But thankfully, these ones are a little bit faster moving than what we saw in North Dakota. So much so that just about a half to 45 minutes ago, Saginaw and Flint, Michigan, you guys were actually in this one. And now it's starting to stretch a little farther to the east, trying to move over the lakes. And with any event that will be out of the way of the general public. Mackinac City, though, you guys are just in the crosshairs at the moment. You've got some hail reports that are already coming in from there. Similarly, in
Tell me
Traverse
about
City,
the
it has calmed
spell
down
work, Holy
significantly
Spirit.
for you guys, but think of this. It is 9 a.m.
Tell me
Central
about
Time.
the
Folks are just
spell
starting
work.
their weekends off. It's the
Tell me
earliest
about
days
the
of summer.
spell
and
work.
out and about and enjoy some of this. So this is obviously a bit of an issue.
Oh.
Sheboygan, 1 inch in hail size. We have seen reports of 2+ inches. We're talking tennis ball size hail. So
Collective,
probably
they
some
were
backroom
sending
shit and things along that nature
entities
as folks are getting
towards
out and about
you.
and trying to move along with the early morning hours. This is still going to progress east. So how does the timing of this go? I think midday, early afternoon, you can put this in your rearview mirror. So your afternoon plans aren't all that bad for the central and western
So I'm
portions
feeling
of the Great
like
Lakes. It's going to be moving into probably western
I'm
New York
feeling
at
like
that time frame. So
you.
Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, you
Let
guys
me
will start to
see.
tap into this. Most of the energy actually ranging just
Wow.
north. So thinking across the border into the southeastern side of Canada.
You
rather
might
than those
be
in upstate, you'll get some cooler
divine.
spells. And unfortunately, you'll see some
Obviously.
blue sky pop up here and there. That will increase.
I'm
the
feeling like
instability.
that spell
So if
work.
that occurs, we'll probably get into some range of
You
active
knew
thunderstorms.
about
Here's
it.
the timing over in
That
Detroit.
spell
You're starting
work
to see the sun
backfired.
increase through the course of the day. 91 degrees. So yes, even if you are outside of the midst of the intense thunderstorms, the daytime heat may facilitate some isolated
Okay,
freezes. And
wait a
boy, that
minute,
91
hold up.
probably feeling more like 95, if not more than that, just because the humidity is on top of it. And we will continue with this pattern as this blocking ridge of high pressure takes over
Okay,
the central plain. We've got this training effect coming out to the west. So we'll keep a close eye on Nebraska and the upper Midwest over the next 2 days, and then it's going to be pressing to the northeast.
Okay, so that surprise visitor in the court is telling the truth on your behalf, and it might be a Sagittarius.
You can see folks flocking to pools, anything they can do to escape the heat.
Your karmic is gonna end up in the hospital maybe more than 7 days.
Over 200 million Americans at this point, from the high plains to the northeast, are going to see
Okay,
temperatures above that
there
risk,
is
if
a
not
Libra
well above
involved
average. But
here.
that's not enough. We could be watching centuries-old records getting broken.
Okay,
With just how warm it is.
now
New York City,
this
you
is
guys
what
haven't
I'm
seen
saying.
a
I don't
day
know
over
who
100
it
degrees
is.
since 2012. And that is
I don't know who it is, but what I am feeling,
so
someone in my
You
collective,
need to take heat seriously. I know people may want to scoff
like
at
I
it, but
said,
promise
switch it
you it's really
around
going to,
however
be
it
weighing down
fits.
on you, especially
There's
when
a
you consider
Pisces,
how
Sagittarius,
moist the
and
air is going
Libra.
to be. You just won't get this break from it. It's a dome of
Somebody's
high pressure that's sort of been
divine.
sliding further towards the northeast and creating that ridge riding setup, as we like
You
to say,
know
for the
about
central plain.
spell
That's
work.
why the threat for severe weather has been so far
Your
north,
your
riding that
intuition is
northern
feeling
tier of that
something.
ridge. For this weekend, temperatures are going to be
Your
scorching. Omaha,
intuition is
Nebraska,
feeling
New York, triple
something.
digits. College World Series fans, hydrate as much as you can. Take breaks
And
in
you
the shade. If at all
feeling
possible.
like
I get it. College
there
World
is
Series, it's a great
spell
time.
work, or
If
you
anything,
just
there's some
blocking
amazing
yourself.
bars right off
If
of
there
the
is spell
stadium.
work
So
towards
that's a good place
you,
to go and beat the heat, I suppose. Farther north out towards Fargo, I mean, you're still talking about temperatures into the 90s. And then notice again that heat right now is
It's time for you to face the truth about yourself.
Are not going to be budging much at all.
That you are divine.
How moist this air mass is. If you have less of a discrepancy between overnight lows,
You are divine, so you need to wake yourself up completely, spiritually.
So that's just one little
What
tidbit
you
there.
are
For the heat
feeling,
island, millions of people
what
under
you-
extreme heat watches, excessive
what
heat
you
warnings.
are
For
feeling
different regions
is
of the country,
true.
they do have different criteria
You
for that, just
you are
based upon what
divine.
certain
Yes.
regions are more
And
exposed to on a
and
regular
there is
basis. But
spell
for
work
St.
being
Louis,
done on you.
that forecast is 98 degrees.
And
That could be record-breaking.
now you know how to
Records set back in
counteract
the
that.
1990s. For Omaha, Nebraska, 102 degrees. Absolutely just scorching here. I mean, major extreme heat risk for the Central Plains. And so especially in the breadbasket of the U.S.
So,
I mean, you've got a lot of farmers, people that are now starting to maintain
the
their
surprise
crops, and then you're
visitor
dealing with
that you
this. And so,
have,
you know, we get to sit
you're
in a
going to win the
comfortable
court
chilling
case.
studio,
You're going to win
as
that
you
court
say,
case.
a lot of folks, their job is outside.
But
It certainly is. I mean, this is corn country. This is a little too early in the season. to get
now
that
you
corn
need
sweat.
to
If you
wake
have to
completely
corn,
up
if
and
you've
go
got
within
perspiration,
and
literally sweats it off into the leaves, and that would actually increase the humidity.
work on
Maybe
yourself,
a little too soon
okay,
to actually
and
have any
heal.
of that, but still,
Get
anybody
closer
with
to
outdoor
God.
jobs, anybody with outdoor
Okay.
activities, all of this is going to take grip.
So,
And low-level ozone, low-level pollution,
I'll be
all of these
posted.
aerosols, they just get locked in. There's nothing to actually help mix this up.
I'll
You may
be
actually run into
posted,
respiratory
so I'll be
concerns, and just
keeping
take
you
all
up
of the
to
running
date on
off the table.
everything.
Any extenuating circumstance.
So,
twice.
just
Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost
go on
like you
in,
don't
turn
want
within,
to
and
this
work
week.
on
Maybe
yourself.
put it off for a few days. And
You're
it's not just that it's in
divine.
the middle of the country. It's up and down
Someone
the
is
eastern seaboard.
divine.
The 95 corridor, you guys are going to see it. Monday and Tuesday is the worst for you. And when we're talking toppling, shattering records as we go into the beginning of next week.
Yeah, shattering is a good word for that. I mean, again, we have not seen temperatures this warm in over a year for some
And you
spots,
feel
but
it within yourself.
probably better
You
part of
feel
a
it.
decade or two for spots like New York City. So stay hydrated as best
But
as you possibly can.
you needed more information. So you just got the information. It's been confirmed. Yes, you are
One project in particular.
divine. You need to go in and work on yourself
Brandy Campbell is just joining us after
and
the break.
heal,
But much more on the project.
heal even more.
What a command.
Yes, confirmation. That's confirmation
Parenting
for you.
is challenging, and in times of high stress, you've chosen to embrace every ounce of support you can get. However, you might overlook
Work with the goddesses.
accidents happen. As children grow and their curiosity expands, safeguarding your medication becomes crucial. In Prince
Just
George's
what I
County,
said.
you know, when it comes to protecting your medication,
And I didn't see
lock
this.
it, store it.
The gods are with you.
On Robin Hood Legend, the new desktop
You didn't know that, but
visualize the way you analyze,
work
buy,
with
sell,
the gods and goddesses. I just said that. I didn't even see that piece, that card.
here on Robin Hood.
So work with the gods and goddesses. Isis,
Execute your strategy.
I said Rob, Lord. Somebody might be named Rob, R-O-B.
What did I miss?
Got Ra, got Shango. There's so many of them. Work with the gods, y'all. I mean, for whoever that message is for.
Every little kid that can't come out.
Guys, you be fired up for this. This is where legends are made.
Okay, somebody is a mama's boy. Yep, mama's boy.
Cliffs, cascading falls, and endless groves of sequoia.
Somebody is a mama's boy.
That's what ended up happening.
You have a birthmark. You have a birthmark on your face.
There is life outside of race.
Some kind of birthmark on your face.
Days to Indy, streaming now on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
What do I need to know about this mama's boy? Okay. Mama's boy.
Redemption is open to us all.
Life is to be lived and embraced. That he taught me.
Mama's boy. Somebody's mother told them that they won't get the job.
Months ago, Hurricane Helene slammed into western North Carolina, and the community continues.
She's doing spell work for speaking. She's manipulating you.
A large-scale restoration project that is aimed at clearing debris left behind.
She's manipulating you.
After officials
Your mama?
famous Lake Lure, they did discover some very unique finds, and this is
that's not cool.
Brandy Campbell, she is on the ground at Lake Lure, almost in the lake at that, as they have cleared out a lot of the water. Brandy, good morning.
She got you loving her.
There's a lot of rehabilitation and restoration efforts, but also some amazing finds.
She got you spoiled.
Exactly. Good morning to you. They've been going through different phases of recovery and restoration since Hurricane Helene, and right now,
purposely, she did this purposely
of everything
to spoil
and just settle
you,
below the surface of the water.
make you.
They're actually releasing the water, so they've actually gotten 30 feet of water
to manipulate you. Just what I said. She's manipulating you.
Since 1920, so you can see the trucks that are coming in
through
speaking,
me.
They're just going back
through her words.
Bringing in that silt and or taking out silt and sediment. We just
she's telling you that you won't get the job. You know.
Halliday, excuse me. He's the owner of.
She's telling you can't do this, you can't do that.
So your business,
such and such and such and such.
You're seeing all of this happen.
She
Talk to me first off. What are your thoughts on what you're seeing at this point in recovery?
Has a problem with you with other females.
Army Corps in the town and all the contractors are doing here is it's incredible. You know, the scale of this project is
I can understand.
Is really impressive.
Mamas being protective of their boys.
Exactly what they're doing out in the lake behind us right now. You can see all the trucks.
I can understand mamas being protective of their boys.
Seeing this process happen, can you just explain to us how things have evolved on the lake and maybe some of the things you see them take out?
I have to admit, that's making them boys weak.
That phase took a couple of months. That was impressive. That was like the most immediate.
If mama is raising them by herself, you're making them boys weak. You're making them grow up to be weak men.
It's both a fast and a slow process.
No, I don't have no children.
Huge amounts of dirt out of here every day. It's
but
impressive. They've got a big project to go. You know,
if they don't have a father around,
you know, we've seen some of the things from our own property.
Down
the shore, we've been able
them boys are going to grow up to be weak men.
Events at our place, so we had this big wooden throne that everybody liked to climb up and sit on. It was
they are supposed to protect the female,
as well as some other,
not the female. Protect the male.
I know it won't be the case for everybody, unfortunately.
Why do you think they are so much larger than us? So much.
Some restoration to your company. Where are you guys at this point?
More physical strength.
People come and visit Faye Nectar.
Well, you know, we do a lot of really
than a female.
We do pirate parties. We do a lot of Celtic music. Like you said, we're taking this time to reinvent ourselves.
That's what some of them, you know what I'm saying. Y'all just go with it, okay?
Local business organizations.
But
so we've taken this time to do some renovations and get ready for what's next. So Lake Lure's open for business, and we're excited to have everybody joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck. Look, Zach, this place, they're hoping, you know, this time next
the
year,
mamas need to slack up on the boys, for real, and let the boys be men.
To see that happen. hopefully here on Fox Weather as well.
I'm not saying a woman cannot train her son to be a man. That's not what I'm saying.
Thankfully quiet. The Eastern Pacific has been off to the races. The National Hurricane Center issued its last advisory on Eric. That was overnight Friday. As it moved through the west coast of Mexico, the mountains in the area, you can kind of see
basically a man.
Eric was the earliest major hurricane on record to strike Mexico, making landfall as a weakening Category 3.
A good man
Though in its life cycle was actually a Category 4.
can teach and show a boy how to be a good man.
Category 3, though, upon landfall was
mothers
not quite in that general
are
area,
supposed
but
to
it was on
protect
June
the
19th at 5:30
daughters.
a.m. Unfortunately, a couple of fatalities have been reported out of Mexico, but the scenario could have been worse. And so you always have to look at some semblance of silver lining, especially because Acapulco took on Hurricane Otis not too long ago, and that was the strongest hurricane that really has made landfall in portions of Mexico. So again,
put it in God's hands.
Scenario, but still something that we don't see this
Let God protect all of
At this
you.
point, we have another area to watch, and it's
Mama, daddy, son, daughter. Let God be the full protector of you, okay? But please, let these boys grow up to be strong men.
The one thing that would work against Flossie is if it takes that same
females are just taking their masculinity away from them. I'm not talking about sex.
Of the Eastern Pacific, and so that would decrease the amount of
it ain't always about sex.
Nonetheless, we are over a month ahead of schedule for the EPAC.
But
the name storms here, we are at 5. One
seriously,
at 6, and that's just
females,
with NOAA
especially mothers,
named storms 5 to as much as 10 hurricanes. And honestly, I think for the Eastern Pacific will be on the higher end of all of these trends, just based upon how the models are.
Half of them may not realize it, but they're degrading their son.
Destructive winds reaching 100 plus miles per hour.
For real, they're degrading their son.
Our exclusive storm trackers,
especially being negative to your sons. I mean, you can be protective of them, but goddamn, don't be overbearingly protective of them. Don't do that. But anyway, let me see. This is Mama's boy. You can be protective of your sons, but do not be too protective of your sons. When you find yourself being overly protective of them, talk to God. Just talk to God about your situation. But these boys need a good man to show them how to be a man and show them what they need to do. Because a woman is not a man. A woman cannot put her, she can, but it ain't gonna work. A woman cannot put herself in a man's shoes.
Some of these storms are going to be moving into western New York, upstate New York.
A woman should not be able to walk in a man's shoes.
There is still a full laundry list of severe weather considerations that we have to take. In comparison,
a woman is vulnerable.
It was a 3 out of 5 yesterday.
I mean, not that vulnerable, you know. Just go with it, okay?
It doesn't mean that it can't.
But over the course of the next 12 months. Y'all get what I'm saying. You know, I hope.
Low level spin or low level shear. That said, straight line wind damage, we know it. It can unfortunately bring trees down, bring some power outages as well.
But these mamas is being negative to these boys And then on top of that, they have multiple lovers at that.
Wind probably going to be our main component here, as we have seen with the storms on the western side of this flank. We've got the chance of some damaging hail.
We have signed Aries.
Threat, very limited, not even popping up from the SPC. I don't say it's a non-zero threat. It's just sort of on the lower end of all spectrum. So
the signs might not mean nothing, but
there is a little bit
I don't know.
as we move farther to the east. So we start to bring that up to a point from.
But I just see the Aries out there.
Behind that, we are getting a lot.
Maybe the Aries is the mama's boy.
Spin in the atmosphere. A quick little.
Maybe the Aries female is a mama. Is the mama of her son.
Some of that activity late today
and manipulating her son.
To where we were in North Dakota, not as much of a similar
being criticizing him and shit. Spoiling him.
On that bow, moving a little bit closer to the northern side of the Green Mountains. So
not able to teach him to be a man.
Prior to sunrise tomorrow morning, for those thinking of hiking, for those thinking of getting
because she's dealing with so many other men.
Mountains, the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont, trying to move into pockets of New Hampshire.
And they're not getting no help from the divine. They're not. That's a bad thing to put a boy in.
Maybe some slight relief, at least initially in the day, from some of this heat driven out of the south. But what you have at Buffalo, what you have at Syracuse, those winds are coming out of the southwest. So that's going to help fuel some of the higher humidity values, some of the higher dew points, and definitely going to feel that wall of heat by tomorrow.
Well, I guess I am telling. Well, I guess I am telling the truth.
Thankfully,
you know.
Just wet weekend after wet weekend.
I guess I am. Oh, Divine is proud of me.
Burlington, Vermont being one of those. Syracuse, New York being another. Boston, Massachusetts. They got 13 consecutive weekends just on Saturdays alone. Of course, the work week seems to be on the bright and dry side of
Let me see. Somebody's best friend.
Boy, did they have quite a night. For the first evening of summer, last night was the summer solstice, just prior to 11 p.m. This is from Corey Birkin.
I don't know what this is all about right here.
One of several huge tornadoes. We'll have plenty more on the severe weather recap from yesterday.
Okay.
For today, it's all here on Fox Weather after the break.
Daily Play. One price?
Okay.
The best summer ever. Imagine this.
So.
Mild to moderate eczema treatment that targets inflammation at a key source right where you need it. Without steroids.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Imagine using one single cream to help clear skin and take the itch.
Okay.
It's not imaginary.
Second chance.
It's Opzelura. Eczema treatment reimagined. Opzelura is proven to help clear or almost clear skin and significantly reduce itch fast. Imagine that.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections. Tell your doctor.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see.
Hepatitis B or C, blood clots in your legs or lungs, heart attacks.
This person is telling the truth, and I'm proud of you. So my divine team is telling me this, not you. Collective. Wow. I told you, look, these energies, they just, These energies just fly all over the place. So this is what the divine is telling me. This is what the divine is telling me. That they are proud of me and that I am telling the truth about this situation.
Don't miss Steel Deals. Now is the best time to save big on over 40
So,
steel tools. Hurry into your local steel dealer or shop online.
Okay.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeFlight.com and
Tell me about Mama's boy. the mama and her son.
Replace your windshield right at your home.
Tell me more about the mama and her son.
Get it fixed now.
Holy Spirit.
Only at SafeLight.com.
Tell me more about the mama and her son.
Your hair is personal, and so is hair loss. Through Hims, you can
Mama
get
and her
access to
son.
ingredients and
Tell me more about the mama and her son.
Your prescription and any follow-ups or questions are handled by licensed medical providers, 100% online. So whether you want to chew, pop, spray, or drop your way to regrowth, Hims can help you find the hair loss treatment that works for you. For regrowth in 3 to 6 months, get started today at Hims.com. What do you drink when you win 8,500?
Drink the milk.
We drink the milk. Barry's life outside of racing. Maybe that helped me get a go from
100 Days to Indy, streaming now on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Take a look at this. We have new video coming out of
Mama's boy.
Numerous large tornadoes were reported yesterday. The guy who shot this video is an
You deliberately went out here and got someone's pregnant to have a baby.
began firing up in the early evening and then continued to menace through eastern portions
To
of
break
the state.
away from your mother.
Wind gusts between 80 to 100
Damn.
miles per hour were recorded.
I
in
didn't
some
know they
areas
did
of
that.
North Dakota. We have seen some catastrophic damage already
All
being
right.
reported out of Enderlin, North Dakota. That's in the southeastern half of the state. So
You may have already had the baby.
preliminary updates on how strong
The
these
mother
tornadoes
had to
were.
stay in, the baby had to stay in the hospital overnight, possibly.
But I would not be surprised if we had an EF3 out of it. A lot of times it just kind of depends on. the
Mama feels like you're not
how the
stable
structure
to
was
take
actually
care of that
built.
baby.
Overall, it does seem like this was a very intense round of storms. Thankfully, losing some steam a little bit though, so that is the good transition there. But boy, Brandon Kopic really has gone through it over the evening as he's been traveling. You can see just some of the video. This was from his vantage point. He travels through.
Baby mama's boy.
He was texting me this morning.
You just made it worse.
About what had happened. I mean, seeing that kind of devastation, it never gets easier. So
With your mother.
to folks in the northern United States, the upper Midwest,
With your mother. You just made it worse.
as folks wake up, they are probably waking up without power. We still have over
Because
1,000 people without power for Minnesota and in through North Dakota as well. Some lingering threats for severe
if
storms
the
level 2
female
for northern Michigan,
is not stable, then
a little bit, but we are not done with severe storms. We are still going to be looking at severe weather, definitely.
and you're not
the rest
stable,
of today. We are also going to be
that
looking at some of those impacts going into
baby
tomorrow
will
as well.
fall
So,
either
unfortunately
on
for spots
your mama or
southeastern Oklahoma, you
the
are
mother's
prepared
mother.
for severe storms tomorrow as well. You can see some of the reports we've seen. This was out of Cornucopia.
And
the winds of over 78 miles per hour. That's hurricane force there. And then through Hayward, spotter reporting damage with pop-up tents in the downtown area. About 25 to 30% of the tents.
The government usually pays grandmas to take care of the children. So your mother feels like she has the disadvantage.
If not a bit closer to a category 3 if you're thinking about it in terms of a hurricane.
No, because you're not able to take care of your child. And she could get money. So you went about that the wrong way.
Quite to that severe criteria. But what this particular warning is telling me, because we've got some of the heavy precipitation sort of
and I really feel sorry for you.
I would say in the next 10 minutes, but even then, the worst of it is already out. So you are kind of on the come up here.
I really
have
do.
some strong storms kind of in the back end that are moving through portions of Lake Michigan.
There is a lesson in this for you.
This is the kind of weather you've got in store for the next couple of hours. We've had
it wasn't meant for me to stop you. It wasn't.
On the upward side of 1.5 inches for some spots here.
So
1 3/4 for Riggsville out of Sheboygan. We're at 1 inch in diameter there. So when you think about what we had yesterday. I mean, we had probably close to 50 plus reports of over 2.
That's a lesson that you had to learn.
To how strong
Yeah.
it was last night.
That's a lesson you had to learn. I am so sleepy.
Tomorrow,
but when I get off of here, watch, I'll be wide awake. My eyes be.
North Dakota is under that level 2 threat, and that's exactly where we found
no.
Yeah, that's the really unfortunate part is we're looking in the same sort of train.
I'm be wide awake.
Situation where everything just follows the leader because we've got this.
I'm cutting off for now. I will talk to you all later, okay? Let me get my continue to get my energy up because my energy is not completely up yet. So I'll get back to you all later. Bye.